Why do uranium stocks continue to melt down? It's the same reason the S&P 500 falls 1% Friday, heading for worst week in a year on tech selling, weak jobs report. So the economy is finally starting to unravel ever since they started raising interest rates. Again, this is the chart of interest rates. Right now, the Fed's keeping it at 5%. So it's taken years, but the market is finally starting to unravel. Even the big tech names are starting to unravel. So early stage industries, growth industries, have no chance in this market. The longer there's a sell-off, the longer they're going to fall. Fundamentals in the short term do not matter. Now, that can be absolutely life-changing for people that buy quality assets at as deep a discount as possible. But it's all Warren Buffett has ever done, right? So the Sprott Junior Uranium Miners ETF are understandably down 9% because the market doesn't understand them and we're in a weak macro environment. The Global X Uranium ETF outperforming the juniors because those are the big caps, more liquidity. And then we have the S&P 500 up 3.5% and falling, right? So fundamentals don't matter in the short term. All that matters is how many panic sellers there are. But in the long term, they absolutely matter. So let's stay on top of what's going on with this space. We have the World Nuclear Symposium kicking off. Global nuclear industry leaders meet in London for largest ever World Nuclear Symposium as the United Arab Emirates reactor Barakah Unit 4 enters commercial operations. So these are the highlights from the start of the symposium. The UAE's nuclear power plant entered commercial operation. The full fleet operations will enable the generation of up to 25% of the entire country's electricity demand. That's how powerful each of these reactors are, right? So it's a big deal when they come online. Orano, massive nuclear power company, announcing the selection of Oak Ridge, Tennessee as a preferred site to build a multi-billion-dollar U.S. enrichment plant. It's a 750,000 square foot center that's being built. Billions of dollars are being poured into this space. That's why it's so early stage. And so few people still don't understand it, right? But they will understand it when this multi-billion-dollar infrastructure finally comes online. That's just one example. National Bank sees uranium powering the energy revolution, with prices remaining higher for longer to incentivize supply growth needed to fill the deficit. They have Cameco at 74 Canadian dollars target. They have NextGen Energy at 11 Canadian dollars. And they have Denison Mines at $3.50 Canadian. Research firms understand it. It's impossible to look at this space and not understand the booming fundamentals of what is going on, right? We have EDF estimating higher nuclear power generation in France for 2024. Initially estimated between 315 and 345 terawatt hours. Nuclear power generation is now estimated between 340 to 360 terawatt hours. So this means the demand for uranium estimates just have to keep being revised up. And obviously we've talked about how the above ground supply of this fuel is extremely scarce, and that's not going to change in the next few decades. Finland's Fortum uses U.S. nuclear fuel to cut Russia dependence. So it's not just the United States trying to pump billions of dollars into creating a domestic uranium supply. It's Western countries, including Europe, trying to buy U.S. produced uranium. So that puts major demand on assets outside of Russia's influence. Very positive. But then we have Russia, plans published for 34 new reactors that could more than double nuclear capacity. Right, this is what we're seeing all over the world, a massive increase in demand for nuclear power. EU needs more nuclear, says the European Commission president. So we're just getting started, still in the early stages. This is when the big money is made, on massive sell-offs like this, when the market does not understand what is going on. Look at 2008, look at 2009. The best assets on the planet plummeted. You could either whine about it or you could find the highest quality assets and take advantage.